fixture in the Reilly Center for nearly 2 decades, Bonnie's women's head basketball coach, Jim Crowley, earned his 400th career victory this past December. Crowley began his coaching career at Cayuga College before joining the Bonnies as an assistant coach in 1996. 4 years later, Crowley earned a promotion to the Bonnies head coach. During his time as an assistant coach, however, Crowley learned many valuable lessons.
Yeah, I always knew I wanted to coach, and I was fortunate that the coach there, Coach Sweet, and he was also the athletic director. So he really let me do a lot of different things. There was times I was, kind of helping him recruit. There was times we were talking game plan. So I was able to get involved in a lot of different parts. I remember Coach Sweet told me, and I tell all my assistants the same thing. He gave me some of the best advice. He said, the best thing you can learn from other coaches is what you do different. A lot of people try to copy other coaches. I think it's really important to find what you would do different, because then you're formulating your own style and game plan.
Through Crowley's first 6 seasons as Bonnie's head coach, the team failed to eclipse a 500 record. The team then turned the page in 9 of the next 10 seasons as they recorded a 500 record or better, and much of the success came after Crowley reflected on himself and the program.
I was trying to do a lot of different things without understanding who I was, and I was trying to do a lot of different things without embracing who Bonaventure was. So had to have that conversation with myself, like what do I want my team to look like? And then once I was really comfortable with that, then who can help us get there, and what kind of players can get us there in a really competitive Atlantic 10, and how could they fit with how we wanted to play. So it was figuring out how I wanted us to play, and then finding the players who not only fit that, but could really thrive in our environment. And I had great people with me, and we really recruited Bonaventure character kids, as well as kids who were willing to buy in.
After an NCAA tournament run in 2016, Crowley left St. Bonaventure and took Providence's head coaching job. After years of passing up opportunities to coach at larger schools, having the chance to lead a Big East program was too good to pass up.
Ultimately, I grew up in the late 80s in upstate New York, in central New York, and at that point, the Big East was the pinnacle of basketball. I grew up around Syracuse basketball when the Big East was at a level that it was unmatched basketball-wise. I mean, 3 teams in the Final Four, national champs, some of the greatest college basketball games in history. So to me, the pinnacle wasn't the SEC, the pinnacle wasn't the Big Ten. The pinnacle in basketball and college basketball was the Big East. And the opportunity to coach in the Big East, to me, it was like, hey, this is your chance to do it. That being said, pretty quickly I knew my heart never left here. I think if you allow this place, it gets in your soul, and it was in mine, so I was fortunate to be able to get back.
3 years ago, Crowley returned to St. Bonaventure. The return was sparked with one simple question.
One of my closest friends, one of my great teammates here was Steve Campbell, and he called, and at the time he oversaw women's basketball, and he ran through a few names, and at the end he says, I have to ask this question. I know the answer, but I have to ask it. Any chance you would be interested? And I said yes, and that got it going.
For Crowley, his 400th win signifies major sacrifices paying off.
I'm not going to say I foreshadowed it, but when I came to Bonaventure, I saw a man with a vision. I saw a staff that believed in his vision. And to see him accomplish 400 was amazing, because I've been through a lot of seasons with him, but the joy of knowing how much he put in his vision and get there and be so humble about it, it's a very, very humbling experience to be a part of someone and know someone so humble as Coach Crowley. And to see the program grow and him to be as successful as he is a blessing.
But there's at least, a number with that shows some longevity and survival. But when they did the little thing at the men's game, it certainly hit me a little bit that I literally, from the time I was probably 13, 14 years old, my one goal was to coach Division I basketball, and to be recognized that was something that I took a moment, appreciated it, and you just get back to work.
That's a man who would drop anything to make sure that you're okay as a person. You may not talk to him for 5 or 6 years, and you call him, you say, Coach Crowley, I have a job offer. I have a job I'm looking at, and they need me to give a recommendation. He will pick up the phone by any means and call it. And he might not know the person, he might not know the number, but he's gonna find a way to make sure you're okay. And a lot of people don't know that about him because it looks like he has this hard exterior a lot, but that man will do anything for any of his athletes.
After a hot non-conference start, Crowley feels a shift in his team's energy this year.
I had a student in a Bonaventure class I spoke at say, hey, what's more important, talent or buy-in? And for a number of years recently, it was all talent. And when we got good, it was buy-in. And I think these folks exemplify that. I mean, we got a long way to go, but they're really Bonaventure kids, are really good human beings. And I'm certainly excited to see how the next couple months go.